Hey everybody, Animanga Clannad here, and I apologize to my viewers for how long it's taking for me to put any videos up. Uh, this has not been a very good week. Um, just one thing after another keeps popping up. I'm trying to fight off a few, a few diseases right now. Um, My niece and nephew ended up bringing a few diseases when they came, and I'm trying to I'm trying to fight it off, and got a really bad sunburn the other day, and on top of all that, I gotta start my new job here in just a couple days. So this has not been a very good week. It's been a very crappy week. Um, so apologies to all of you who have been so patient and have looked forward to uh, hearing about my top 6, but I I can't continue to make video after video. I'm way too behind. I'm really behind on my Naruto chapter reviews as well, so I'm just gonna make one video to talk about the last 2 chapters for that, and this video is just going to be me talking about my top 6. I wish I could give them each their own video because there's a lot I want to say about these, but I just can't. I don't have time. I don't have enough time in my day to do this stuff right now. And after these next 2 videos get put up, uh, I'm I'm sorry, but my show is just going to go on hiatus for the summer. At least until I get settled into my new job and I'm able to fight off everything, all these diseases, and my niece and nephew end up leaving. Um, I'm just gonna have to put the show on hiatus till then. So apologies to my subscribers, and the people who have been so patient. Um, this is the last thing I wanted to do, but I feel I don't really have any other choice. It's come to this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. At number 6, we have Sword Art Online. And finally, here's a anime where my favorite character is a male character, Kirito. And those of you who have seen the anime, do I even need to explain why he's my favorite part of the series? Um, and I know it gets a lot of hate, especially the whole time skip thing in the first half of the season, but I still enjoyed it. I still enjoy it. I do see the flaws in it. I do understand why some people hate it and can't stand it, but I still enjoy it. I still love it. I can't get enough of it, and it's so exciting to know that they're making another season. So, so I really like Sword Art Online, and yeah, Kirito, favorite character. Um, 9.8 out of 10. Number 5, it's it's Okami-San and her 7 companions. And this is an example, this is one of the very, very rare examples where I feel the anime is actually better than the manga. Yeah, I never thought I'd say that because I love manga more than I love anime. Just telling you guys that right now. I love manga a lot more than I love anime. I mean, compared to how much manga I own, I don't own that many animes when you compare them to how many manga books I own. I mean, it's ridiculous. I just love manga. And I, if given the choice between watching an anime and reading a manga, I'm gonna read the manga. I am going to read the manga. Um, unless of course I can't find it in stores or online, in which case, yes, I will watch the anime first. But yeah, I mean, I really like manga, but the Okami-San manga I thought was just stupid. I mean, what's the motivation for the villain being a villain? He asks Okami-san out, and she turns him down. That's about it. If all guys turned evil when they got turned down by a girl, the world would be in chaos right now. Okay? If I ended up having a psychotic meltdown every time I got shut down by a girl, I would be the biggest mass murderer in the world. Okay? And I think it's just pathetic how that's his whole reason for being evil. He gets shut down by a girl. And you barely see Ryoshi. I read like the first like four or five volumes of the manga, and it's ridiculous. You barely see Ryoshi. You barely see him. He's supposed to be the love interest. You see the villain spend more time with Okami-san than Ryoshi does. Oh, it gets so irritating, and they end up spending like 6 really long chapters just to tell a story that was able to get told through one episode, one in the anime. Yeah, the story with the maid. The story with the maid in the anime took one episode, where in the manga it took like 5 or 6 chapters. I mean, it's ridiculously long, and all of this extra information in the manga is completely pointless, goes nowhere, and God, I just don't like the manga. Code Red. Love it. Anyway. Number 4, it's an anime that most people would be kind of shocked to see that I like. Mainly because those of you who, for everybody who knows me and knows my tastes in anime, they know I'm not one for cutesy anime. Animes like Lucky Star, for example. I can't stand animes like that. At all. Why? The main problem is the characters. When I watch an anime, even if it has shitty animation or terrible storytelling, if it has something, anything, that I can latch onto, that I can get behind, I'll follow the series okay. And a lot of times, most of the time actually, it's the characters. The characters are what get me to latch on to the anime. They're the things that make me interested. With cutesy animes, every single one of the characters, from my point of view, seems to have relatively the same personality. It's like they took it's like they took one person and cloned them. And they all just seem to act the same, and none of the characters really have that many defining defining things that give them their own personalities. It's very rare for me to actually like cutesy animes because the characters are just boring. They're boring. That is not the case with Dog Days. When I first heard this name, I was like, what the Dog Days? Oh my god, that sounds so stupid. I mean, I thought it was going to be the worst anime ever. I thought it was going to be the dumbest thing I had ever seen. After watching the first episode, I was hooked. Yeah, I mean, the characters memorable, the animation's gorgeous, the story is intriguing, the world they create is just beautiful. I love seeing this world that they create. It's just gorgeous. It looks so gorgeous. I wish I could vacation there. That's how good it is. It looks incredible. And it's actually very action-packed. Yeah, it's very action-packed. There's not really that much blood. There was very little blood throughout the entire series, but it has plenty of action. Like, they treat these wars as kind of these little playful games. It's hard to explain. Just watch the anime. It's incredible. I love it. Um, it was actually it was actually up there, like it was actually number 2 for a long time. It was number 2, but after a while, I could not keep it up there anymore. I had to move it down. I had to move it down a couple spaces, because my top 3 are they're just too good. So, speaking of number 3, we have Kokoro Connect, which is relatively new. It came out last year. And it does have an English dub. Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention. Of course, Sword Art Online has English dub. Okami-San has an English dub. Dog Days does not, sadly. But I hope it gets one. I hope it gets an English dub, but I haven't heard anything yet. So, if any of you know, please tell me if Dog Days is going to get an English dub, if any of you know. Because I want to see an English dub of that. Not a fan dub, an actual English dub. Because I bet that would be awesome. So, number 3, Kokoro Connect. Awesome anime. My favorite character, favorite characters. In Okami-San, it's the title character, Okami-San. She's awesome. She kicks ass. And in Dog Days, it's Eclair. Again, she kicks ass.
She's adorable, and I am rooting for her to get together with the main character. Screw the princess. She is a very bland princess. The only defining trait that she has is the fact that she's a really good singer. Aside from that, she's a very bland and boring princess. I get so much enjoyment out of seeing Sync and Eclair work off each other. They are just awesome together. Anyway, Kokoro Connect, favorite character, Inaba. I love her no-nonsense attitude, and yet she can be very a no-nonsense, very strict and serious person, but at the same time, she can also be very vulnerable and sometimes even helpless, and she gets embarrassed, and she can cry, she can be happy, she can be sad. So she's just a well-rounded character. I really enjoy watching her. And again, I found myself rooting for her to get together with the main character, with Taichi. I'm not going to spoil the end, but it has 17 episodes, not that long of a series. It is an English dub. Great series. Love it. Number 2, Toradora. And before I go any further, Toradora is actually the second half of my name. Clannad, Toradora. Because Toradora is one of my 2 favorite animes. And ever since, I think it was like episode 9 or something, the pool episode, for those of you who have seen Toradora, the pool episode where Ryuji almost drowns and Taiga has that little crying, teary-eyed moment. It was just done so well, and I loved that scene. It continues to be one of my 3 favorite scenes from that series. And honestly, the ending, well, not necessarily the ending, but the quote-unquote pretend marriage scene, that is not one of my 3 favorites. Yeah, the pool scene surpasses that for me. That's how good I think it is. It's just done beautifully. I love it. And I'd love to do a deeper review where I talk even more about any of these animes. So let me know if you want me to go back over any of these animes again sometime in the future and give a more detailed reason behind my likes and what I don't like, and go into some of the spoilers and whatnot. Just let me know if you want me to go back over any of these again and put more detail into it. And I will do my best to get that to you as soon as possible. And, but yeah, Toradora, love it, never get tired of it. I hope an English dub comes out soon. I want to see an English dub. I want to see who will voice Taiga. She is awesome. Now, honestly, my favorite character, it was kind of tied for a long time between Taiga and Ryuji. I could not decide for the longest time which one of them I liked more. In the end, though, I gotta go with Taiga. She is just awesome. I never get tired of seeing her, and she's just the sweetest, most caring, craziest, scariest, most psychotic girl I've ever seen in an anime. She is awesome. Um, and finally, my number one. And I will have links in the description below to take you to all of these series. But moving on to number one. Number one is an anime that gave me hope when I had none. An anime that made me believe that things would get better for me. It helped save my life. And I will forever love this anime, despite the emotional roller coaster it is. Despite the sad moments. Despite the moments that pissed me off. Despite everything. I love this anime. I always will. I am, of course, talking about Clannad. My favorite character, or characters, are Nagisa and Tomoya. It's a tie between the two of them. I can't decide between them. Nagisa is just the sweetest anime girl in existence. I don't care what anyone else says. Nagisa is the sweetest girl ever. And Tomoya, he's me. I was just like him. My situation back in school, it was just like his. It was just like his. I didn't really have that many friends, and I didn't really have that many friends. I only had a couple friends, and they were mostly morons and psychos. And I didn't get along with my family. And I was just miserable. I hated everything about my life. I hated where I lived. And then one day, I met my best friend, and she brought color into my world. And suddenly, I began gaining more friends. I became happy. And after watching Clannad, it made me realize that things get better. Things will always get worse, but they will get better as well. You gotta accept the bad moments as well as the good. The bad moments will always outweigh the good. But at the same time, there is good in this world. You just have to look for it. Even if the bad moments outweigh the good, live for those good moments.
That's what I learned from watching this anime. It helped to save my life. It taught me a valuable lesson. I loved every moment of it. Well, almost every moment of it. And it is, and always will be, my all-time favorite anime. I am Manga Clannad, and thank you for watching Anime. Until until fall, I will see you then. Take care.